My name is John Fontana. I'm a professional geologist with 25 years of experience. I'm co-owner of Vista Geoscience, an environmental service firm in Golden, Colorado, and I'm also a licensed water well and pump installation contractor in several states where I install monitoring wells. Frequently, I get involved in investigating private water wells issues, mostly using my experience in geology and data analysis. This presentation will focus on private domestic water wells in the Las Animas County area. This presentation is divided into 4 sections. In Section 1, we'll discuss how your water well is a major investment that needs protection and care, state regulations regarding your well's design and construction, and the different types of aquifers and water wells common in this area. In Section 2, I'll talk about common issues regarding the quantity and quality that your water well produces, and well construction problems. In Section 3, how to improve the yield or quantity of water produced from your well, potential sources of contamination around your home that can get into your well, and how to protect your well from them. Finally, in Section 4, we'll discuss the importance of testing and maintaining your water well. I'll give you a list of resources that will help you resolve problems you may encounter with your well. First, let's look at some interesting statistics. 95% of rural Americans get their drinking water from a groundwater source. 42 million of you depend on water wells for your water. A water well system is clearly a major investment in your property. I hear that for some, the cost spent on the water well system, maintenance, and repairs has exceeded the cost of their original lot purchase. All of us understand the importance of maintaining major pieces of equipment you own. For example, your car, or this nice new John Deere tractor shown here. How many of you would run this year after year without ever changing or even checking the oil? It would clearly reduce its usable life. So like changing your oil, inflating your tires, routine testing and maintenance can keep your water well operating smoothly, ensure your water is safe to drink, and extend the life of your water well. As with most types of construction, permits, rules, and regulations apply. The Colorado Division of Water Resources is the lead state organization that oversees private domestic water well permitting and construction. Within this organization is the State Engineer's Office and the Board of Examiners of Water Well Construction and Pump Installation Contractors. By law, every new well in the state that diverts groundwater must have a well permit. If your well was put into service before May 8th of 1972, it may not be registered. You are not required to, but you can call the DWR and they will inspect and register it at no charge to you. This will be required if you need to redrill it or sell your property. Before we can understand the differences in water wells, we need to understand where the water is coming from. An aquifer is defined as the water-bearing sediment or rock that your well is drilled into. There are 2 basic types, alluvial and bedrock. As you can see by the house near the creek, alluvial wells are drilled in the shallower river and stream valley sands and gravels or other loose sediments that are saturated with water. Where there is not enough sediment cover of this type, water wells are generally drilled into the deeper bedrock aquifers that consist of hard sandstones, siltstones, or shales, or as we find in western parts of Las Animas County, coal beds. The water in these formations is found in the more porous rocks such as a sandstone or within naturally occurring fractures within the rock. In an alluvial well, your groundwater is found in saturated sands and gravels. The water table is the top of where that groundwater exists and is the minimum depth you need to drill to produce water from your well. You can see this as the blue shaded area on the slide. The water table fluctuates, so you'll need to drill below the top of the water table to get adequate water from your well. Here are some typical well screens. This one's a stainless steel screen and this one's made from PVC, and I have them threaded together just for the demonstration here. You can see the very fine openings, thin openings between these slots here. This allows the water to flow into your well and it keeps rocks and coarser sediment from getting into your well pump and your well system. This is a jar filled with bentonite clay. I put water in here so the clay would hydrate. This is used as the seal in your well. This is a typical sand that's used for a filter pack. You can see it's a fairly coarse sand, so what it will do is filter out finer sediments before it gets to your well screen. So how is a bedrock well different from an alluvial well? In areas where there is not thick enough sediment layer, water wells are drilled into the harder bedrock formations. In this harder rock, the water is found in either natural fractures within the bedrock or the more porous layers in the bedrock such as sandstones. Here I am showing an actual photo of exposed bedrock along Highway 12 west of Trinidad. Here you can see the light-colored and fractured sandstones, black coal bed layers above the sandstone, and the loose material is shale or claystone that is weathering away. The well can be constructed similar as the alluvial well in the previous slide with a sand or gravel filter pack, or instead it can be constructed in an open borehole as shown here. In the next section, I will present the common issues private water well owners encounter.